Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at Stellar Lumens XLM. If you guys are Stellar Lumens XLM holders, make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video before we get started. So we do see about a 7 to 8% increase in the last 24 hours, and we're just getting started. Obviously, Protocol 17, if you guys didn't know, was released right now, so Stellar Public Network just successfully upgraded to Protocol 17. We're going to talk about what this means for Stellar Lumens, as well as the long-term effect this will have on Stellar Lumens XLM. Obviously, short-term wise, we do see a 24-hour burst or spike from that 38-cent price point all the way up to about 45 cents. We did see kind of a decrease or stabilization here now, right around this 40 to 42 cent range. I do think we are going to have a great long-term effect because of Protocol 17, and I'm going to talk about why, really what features, Protocol 17 brings to the table, as well as deep dive into where we're going to see Stellar Lumens by the end of June, July, and 2021. So stick around for those price predictions at the end of the video as well. I will say, guys, before we get started, I am not a financial advisor, so always do your own research before getting invested or started. Jumping into the first thing, though, we have an about on Stellar Lumens. If you guys don't know what Stellar Lumens is, we'll definitely let you guys know a little bit more about it here in a second. But Stellar's cryptocurrency, the Stellar Lumen XLM, powers the Stellar payment network. Stellar aims to connect banks, payment systems, and individuals quickly and reliably. So jumping into the week span, you can see a 4.26% decrease, as well as the month span being about 20 to 21% of a decrease. This is not bad at all. The only coin I can think of in the top, 10 or so that has went green in the last month is pretty much just Polygon for the most part. So remember that altcoins did struggle. We did see a crypto crash. Stellar Lumens went all the way down to 27 cents. It's been doing really great. We actually have a great stabilization here after Protocol 17, and I think we're going to have, like I said, a very good long-term effect from this upgrade. So jumping into the Twitter, I do want to talk more about Stellar Lumens and how its public network just successfully upgraded to Protocol 17. So today, June 1st, 2021 at 1500 UTC, the Stellar Public Network successfully upgraded to Protocol 17, which introduces a new feature designed to make it easier to issue regulated financial instruments on Stellar. And we're going to read more about this as well. So jumping straight into this article here, it's going to be an actually stellar.org post. They talk about how the new asset or new feature going to be asset clawback that is designed to allow businesses issuing regulated financial instruments such as money market funds, bonds, and equities to comply with regulatory requirements by demonstrating the ability to revoke assets in certain situations. So clawback doesn't affect existing assets, balances, or accounts. Rather, it opens up new possibilities for issuing regulated assets on the Stellar network. For more information, you can obviously read more about it in the developer documentation, but this network upgrade really does show that we are in the right, I guess we are on the path to success. I think, Stellar Lumens, everyone knows that we're going to continue to see, price values increase over time because of really what it's doing and what's taking place. I will say, there's one thing to take a look at and, watch out for in the upcoming days. That's going to be the Miami set to host the largest cryptocurrency conference in history. We'll see if there's anything that kind of relates to Stellar Lumens here. Obviously, the event in, like I said, is going to be the largest cryptocurrency conference in history. Starts, June 3rd to 5th. And we also talk about keynote speakers will include Francis Suarez as well as Jack Dorsey, among other crypto experts. And the organizers tied with BitBasel to really let local artists create a BTC mural, that will be displayed at the event. So this is great news, obviously, as well, seeing that, there's a lot of big names coming to the cryptocurrency conference, and I think there'll be a lot of people talking about it. I think it'll hit, obviously national news, and a lot of people talking about how it's going to be the biggest cryptocurrency conference and how big things could take place. And I definitely think it's something to watch out for all altcoins, as well as obviously major coins being Ethereum and Bitcoin, but definitely think it could have an impact on Stellar as well with the big announcement of Protocol 17. I think there will be stuff that relates to pretty much every altcoin, and that's definitely what I want you guys to look out for. Jumping, though, I do want to take a look at the actual website, give you guys a brief explanation of why Stellar Lumens is still undervalued, in my opinion, why I think, Protocol 17, being what it is, has so much value retained behind it that a lot of people don't know about. So Stellar is an open network for really storing money and moving money as well. So borderless, limitless, and powerful. It talks about how Stellar makes it possible to create, send, and trade digital representations of all forms of money, dollars, pesos, Bitcoin, pretty much anything. It's designed so that all the the world's financial systems can work together on a single network. If you go down a little bit more, it talks about how Stellar makes money better. They talk about global payment apps. They have asset exchanges, micropayment services, as well as much more. They talk about how they're designed for developers, and you always want things to be designed for developers. Obviously, that allows more developers to really integrate things that will and continue to make the project better. And we see exactly that. We see more projects being built on Stellar every single day. So large enterprise companies and companies as small as single dev startups have chosen Stellar to move money in across really new markets, and that's exactly what we want to see. Going to Stellar, we do see that there is now 7 pages at the bottom. We've been seeing 6 pages ever since we started talking about Stellar for the most part, and we are now on page 7. So we are continuing, like I said, to see new projects, and we have new projects entering that ecosystem, and that's exactly what we want to see. Obviously, more projects choosing Stellar Lumens over other alternatives, and that's exactly, like I said, what we want to see. So there are 7 pages of great projects, and if we jump back to Stellar Lumens, I do want to say, guys, while we get into these price predictions, we are, in my opinion, in an accumulation stage. We are in a manipulation or FUD stage, and I think this conference, this crypto conference that we talked about, could see if could help us get out of that stage, as well as could let us see if we are kind of getting out of this stage or not. Because like I said, if there's great news released, I do expect crypto markets to continue to surge like they were previously in late March and April as well. So jumping into Stellar Lumens, price predictions for June, July in 2021, I do want to let you guys know they are always very, very conservative, realistic price predictions, because like I said, I think we are in an accumulation stage, a manipulation or FUD stage, where realistically a lot of people are just kind of buying this price slowly, understanding that there is risk involved in the crypto markets. Some reason a lot of people didn't know that. A lot of retail investors at $60,000 Bitcoin thought, this is the price, it's just going to keep going up, why not just buy it? And it will keep going up, in my opinion, but it's going to take some time, and that's exactly what we have here. We have manipulation and FUD, making it take a little bit longer than a lot of people expected or hoped for. So do remember, guys, in the next couple of months, in my opinion, we are going to have a slow upwards trend. That is not a fast upwards trend. That is not a a rocketing upwards trend. That is a slow, steady upwards trend. Obviously, there's going to be volatility with manipulation and FUD. I do think there is still going to be some new stuff out there that comes out that may turn us down or move us to the bad side of things on the very bottom. But I will say, for the most part, we are going to, like I said, see upwards trends that are very slow, and that's exactly why by the end of June I could see Stellar Lumens pushing right around 60 cents. I think that's a realistic spot for it. I think we're undervalued at this 40 to 42 cent range, and if we look at the last year alone, we were past 60 cents by a large margin. We are close to 80 cents, and I think realistically 80 cents is still possible for the end of July. That's a price point that I could really relate to, and I think looking back at TA as well, or TA, if you guys don't know, is technical analysis. Looking back at technical analysis as well as looking back at some of the big stuff still coming. I mean, Protocol 17 was huge, don't get me wrong. I think it's going to have such a big impact on institutions in general, but Stellar Lumens has much more in store, and that's exactly why I think Stellar Lumens is going to continue to push, and I think by the end of July, 80 cents is reasonable. These are like I said, slower trains that are going to take a little bit to move, and that's exactly why by the end of July, we are hopefully going to be pushing past that all-time high. Going into the end of 2021 or the end of the bull market, I will say Stellar Lumens is going to be right around a, in my opinion, $3 to $5 range. We could see much more, we could see much less, but realistically, we will keep you guys up to date with these price predictions as we go forward. Obviously, new information or new FUD or new manipulation across the markets could definitely change how fast these things happen, and we'll continue, like I said, to keep you guys up to date with the new information, really news across the markets, as well as price predictions. So thank you guys so much. Quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video if you want to see more. Thanks again.